Hey y'all, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Natanya and I'm really excited that you're here and you're watching this video. First things first, if you are completely brand new to my channel, welcome again, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you know when I upload my next video. So today I'm going to be talking everything and in between about my skincare journey, products that I've used, the way that how I faded my acne scars, how I got rid of hyperpigmentation, and how I maintain my clear skin. I'm going to be giving you guys all of that, but I'm going to be dividing it up into two videos. I didn't want to make either of these two videos way too long, so this first part is going to be strictly about what skincare is and my skincare journey and how I faded my acne scars, and then the next part of this video will be about products that I have used to fade my scars to have clear skin and how to basically have clear skin on a budget without spending thousands and thousands of dollars. So if you guys want to learn more about my skincare tips and tricks, then keep on watching. Okay, so my journey probably started out just like yours. You had clear skin, obviously, when you were a baby, but just up until that point when we all hit puberty, that's when we started to have breakouts, we started to have pimple flare-ups, and our skin was just going through that normal process in life where there's a lot of hormones that are being released and your skin is breaking out. That's completely normal, but let me tell y'all, for me, my skin took a turn for the worse, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it was okay. Like, I really had a really bad experience with acne, with pimples, with breakouts, and mine was very extreme. So I thought, you know, my skin will clear up on its own. I thought that if I stopped eating chocolate or I started to eat healthier, that it was just gonna clear up on its own. My parents reassured me
that it's normal, they had it too, you'll be okay.
But I knew that my skin was different from the rest. Like, I just knew that this is not normal, this is not okay, I cannot live a life like this, and it just wasn't working for me. So I then started to wear makeup at a really young age because of the way and how my skin was breaking out. I didn't really know a lot about good, proper skin hygiene. I knew that, like, washing my face, I washed my face with Dove, so I didn't really understand what I know today. So I started doing that, and I just kept realizing that my face was breaking out, so then I would cover it up with my mom's foundation. So I was bullied for wearing makeup, and that would really play on my insecurities, and I was already insecure and awkward about my face. So I was on the hunt to completely solve this problem. I wanted to eradicate pimples forever and ever on my face. I never wanted to have another pimple, and I was on the hunt. Like, you could not tell me otherwise on how I was going to solve this problem. So I really loved YouTube. That's actually when I first started my YouTube channel, way back then, and I was on the hunt on YouTube how other people, but specifically Black people, like, I'm Black, and Black people have different acne flare-ups and acne scarring than other ethnicities, and that's just what it is. Our skin is different, and I realized later down the road that I suffered from hyperpigmentation. So my skin would scar very easily. So I'm actually going to read the medical definition of what hyperpigmentation is, because I really think that it's important that we are just not on the hunt for new and improved, expensive but guaranteed products that are supposedly going to work for our skin texture, our skin color. But it's important that we do the research about why our skin is the way that it is and why your skin is reacting the way that it is. So for me, I was told that it's because I'm eating chocolate, because I'm wearing makeup, because going through puberty, that's why my skin reacted the way that it did. But when I wasn't wearing makeup, it still happened. When I wasn't eating chocolate, it still happened. So I know for me, that wasn't applicable to me. I just knew that whenever I got a pimple, I would scar very, very easily, and I would always get hyperpigmentation. I wasn't even like picking anything. I just always got hyperpigmentation. So I have a phone out. Hyperpigmentation essentially is darker patches of skin. So these patches result from excessive melanin production, which can be caused by everything from acne scars and sun damage to hormonal fluctuations. So I did my research and I figured out, yep, that's me. Like, I get hyperpigmentation all the time. So I wanted to then figure out, how can I solve hyperpigmentation? And I'm not just saying that my skin would, like, I would get blemishes here and there. I'm talking about like black spots on my face. It's not just a blemish here and there that would fade over time. I'm talking about like black spots. And I did my research. How do you basically solve hyperpigmentation? And I then reached out to a dermatologist, and I realized it wasn't covered under my insurance. So I was going to then pay basically $3,000 to basically see the dermatologist, get the consultation, get some products, get some treatment, get laser therapy, and all that stuff. And I was like, I didn't have that money at like 15, 16, and 17. So I had to figure out different alternatives. So what I did is I researched, how do you naturally fade hyperpigmentation? So I discovered on YouTube a couple creams that would definitely help with hyperpigmentation. And the first one is called hydroquinone. The other cream that you can also look into and do your research with is retin-A. And I probably should have said this at the very beginning, but definitely do your research. I know I got lots of questions about my skincare routine and my journey and how I faded my scars, but your skin is you, you're unique, we are different people. Do not just take my steps and my tips and my advice as gold. Definitely do your research. Speak to a medical professional, dermatologist, a doctor, somebody who has more knowledge than somebody on YouTube. I researched hydroquinone, vitamin C, retin-A, and I believe it's called like kojic acid. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but it's spelled with a K. And I researched, okay, like how can I then get these products? I researched the before and after, I read about the reviews, and I realized that they are medically prescribed. So I basically then went to the doctor and said, hi, I'm suffering from hyperpigmentation. I would like hydroquinone. And they basically looked at me and they said, okay, we'll give it to you. And y'all, I had no idea that hydroquinone was a lightening agent. So basically what that means is it will lighten your skin. Melanin in your skin protects against the sun. So when you get hyperpigmentation, that means that your skin scars very, very easily. You have an overproduction of melanin. And then on top of that, if you go in the sun, you literally just walk around outside, the sun will darken the spots that are already there, making them darker and darker and darker and making them black. And it is a huge contrast from having a brown skin and having many, many black spots on your face. So I didn't know that. So the doctor basically said that if I'm going to be using hydroquinone, I'm going to have to use sunscreen. And then he basically made a concoction, him and the pharmacist made a concoction of hydroquinone, retin-A, and another cream I really don't remember. And then I was on SPF 110, or the highest version that Neutrogena provided at the time. So basically, that's what I did, and that I used that cream for on and off for a year. When I say that the cream works, the cream works. The cream works overnight. And that's good because you literally wake up every single day with clearer and clearer and like perfect skin, but it's also a lightening agent. So it will make your skin very light. And basically the doctor was like, okay, just like put it on your spots, wherever you have like a breakout here and there, then you can put it on there and you'll be fine. For me, sis, like I was having breakouts everywhere. I can't even stress how bad my face was. I didn't have a spot here and there. Like my entire face was covered in dark spots. So I had to put it all over my face, and it can be a scary sight to look at, that your face is basically lightening but it's getting clear. So I was on that product for 1 month, and then a couple weeks I would come off, still always using sunscreen, and what would happen is my skin would peel every single day. So even if I wasn't outside, my skin would just peel and peel, and it literally looked like I was shedding my skin, and that's what it is. So basically what the agent would do is it would fade the scar. So the melanin, it would basically stop that production of melanin, which is needed to protect against sun damage, which will then can lead to skin cancer. And I believe the other cream, to my remembrance, I think it was Retin A, which would then increase cell proliferation. Retin A is vitamin A, and basically what it does is it increases the skin growth. So how you basically want to combat acne and hyperpigmentation or acne scarring is you want to stop pimples completely or decrease the frequency, and then you want to target the scarring that is as a result of the pimples, which is the hyperpigmentation. So I was using the hydroquinone, which was the lightening agent, and then I was also using the Retin A, which would then increase skin growth. So what it would do is it would basically shed off the skin that was on my face that was already scarred, and then it would bring about the new skin that was basically never touched by the sun, and it didn't have any of the melanin production, and it wasn't scarring at all, and it would bring that to the surface. So that way the texture of my face was completely smooth. I didn't have any pimples at all. During those times when I was on those creams, it was basically next to impossible for me to have a pimple. The only times I would break out here and there was when I was basically off that medication for a month and I was using sunscreen, and I was basically using other products over the counter to help clear and maintain my skin. So that was basically my skin journey. I did that for about a year, and I did that in my case till this day. I still and always will use sunscreen. I cannot imagine a day without sunscreen, just because of the benefits that sunscreen has and the damage that the sun can do to your face. So that's basically my skin journey. I figured out how I can fade my hyperpigmentation, and I did that. And what I'm doing right now is I am still on the Retin A. So I still use the Retin A products, and I really love it. And you can use Retin A long term. That's not my goal. I'm not going to be using it long term for the rest of my life, but I use it here and there if I feel that I'm breaking out more often and that my pimples are leaving a scar. So the other cream that I also want to talk about that I used that was a huge game changer for me was benzoylclindamycin. And basically it is 2 active ingredients in one cream, and basically what it does is it's an antimicrobacterial cream. So your pimples are basically bacteria, right? Anytime you get a pimple, it is basically as a result of bacteria building up, and what that cream would do is it would then kill the bacteria within the pimples. And then I would follow up with the Retin A, which would then increase skin growth and basically would push out the new skin underneath the damaged or scarred skin that I would have due to the hyperpigmentation. So that cream was a huge game changer, and you can also be on that cream for a really long time. For the hydroquinone, they would recommend for you to be on 1 month or less, and they would recommend that you would do blood tests to see the levels of the hydroquinone within your blood, which is why I would say definitely go to a doctor about that or visit a dermatologist. But for the retin A, it's over the counter. You can definitely use it, as well as the benzoyl-clindamycin, which I was using on my face as well. And you basically want to alternate. If you're going to be using the retin A one day or one night, you would use that, and then you would alternate with the other topical cream. But basically, I applied these creams on at night, then I wake up in the morning, my blinds were shut because of course I don't want the sun to basically shine on my face when I wake up in the morning. And then I would go over to the washroom and wash my face off, and then I would follow up with sunscreen, and that would be it for the rest of the day. I'm going to be talking about the specific products that I use, as well as what my skincare routine looks like to this day. But I also really want to mention a really important tool that has also changed the game for me. I know I keep saying all of these great things changed the game, and it really did. Like, I don't want to give off the impression that it's just going to be one product, one line, or one agent or one ingredient that is going to like clear your face over time, because I'm sure, as you now can see by the end of this video, that you have to target pimples, acne, hyperpigmentation at multiple stages. You want to target the pimples, you want to get rid of them. If they meet that first barrier, then you want to then figure out how you can target the hyperpigmentation, which is the scarring. If they're still scarring, you then want to figure out how can I increase new skin growth, which is the retin A. Like, there are different factors that you definitely want to consider and do your research on and invest in. But the last thing that I really want to mention is the Clarisonic, which I absolutely love. I owe Clarisonic my firstborn child. Like, I love it so much. And basically what it is, it's a spin brush that basically acts as an exfoliator. You definitely want to incorporate a spin brush because it will help shed off any of the old skin cells that are just sitting on your face that are dead and that really can be gone because you have new skin that is trying to come out underneath. So the spin brush works wonders. I know there are different options of spin brushes. I was not willing to do my research in other ones. I saw the Clarisonic, I used it, I loved it. It is expensive. At the time when I bought it, which was many years ago, it was $222 including tax. But as y'all know, that if my Clarisonic was to break today, like right now in this moment, I am walking my behind right over back to Sephora or the Bay to get a new one, or I'm gonna order online because I love the Clarisonic. It has worked wonders within my skin, and it literally changes and improves the texture of your skin. And it's, of course, it's natural. It's basically like the brush for your foot, and it's basically doing that for your face, and it is just giving your face that bright and new glow because it's removing and shedding the dead skin that's underneath and allowing your new skin that is brand spanking new to come out into the front. I would recommend retin A, and I would recommend the Clarisonic, and I would recommend that you wash your face for a total of 60 seconds, because once you wash your face for 60 seconds, you are allowing the products that you are using, your cleansers, your toners, to work and actually penetrate in all the layers of your skin and do what it's supposed to do. Whew, child. Oh my god, y'all. I am bust. We have finally reached the ending of this part 1 about my skincare routine. If you made it to the end, be sure to give this video a thumbs up just for sticking around. I know this video is going to be long, but it is full of information that you definitely need. I'm not ever going to sit here and just try to cut corners or give off any false impressions or not give you guys the full story. No matter what, the bottom line of this video is to encourage you to do your research and to reach out to medical help. I really think that it's important that we don't just hop on YouTube and we see products that work and may not even work for your background, for your ethnicity, and it may not even work for your own case, and you just run with it and you waste your money, because I've been there. I have tried just about every skincare hack that is known to mankind online, and none of it worked but those other products that I mentioned, those topical creams that I got prescribed by the doctor. So if you really like this video and you learned something new, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and catch me in part 2, okay?